Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Danmachi. And why is it every episode just feels like it ends way too fast? Just when things are getting interesting, oof, gotta wait for next week, especially after this episode with the wait ended. Revenge is definitely back on the menu. I can't wait to see more of Ryu. I really like characters that are this serious. They have this dark backstory, the revenge that's happening, especially with her. I have so many questions surrounding everything that happened back in the past, despite if we know just a bit of the context, more about this Evilus thing. There's something more happening in that dungeon, something else is also inside there besides this revenge story we have here with Ryu, and I just can't wait to see the interactions between her and Belle. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, at the beginning of the episode, you see everybody being worried about what was happening. They were waiting for Belle, and I like how Cassandra, every time she was saying it, at least we're not going to floor 27. It's gonna be okay as long as we don't go to floor 27. And you know what's gonna happen when a character says X thing is not gonna happen, you know that thing is definitely gonna happen, because later in the episode they're slowly heading towards the lower floors. But the party gets has a backseat, so to say, in this episode. They have a few scenes, but it's mainly about Belle, and I'm so happy we got to see a bit more of Ryu in this episode. You see Belle with the adventurers fighting monsters, and I'm really starting to like boars. I don't know why, but he seems to be quite a fun character, and I feel like he might be we're not probably giving him enough credit. He seems like this thick-headed, so to say, character, but after what he saw in this episode, I think he's probably gonna have a change of mind, or at least more of an open mind. But Belle is also kind of rushing a bit. I don't know if it's overconfidence or just rushing to get to Ryu, because even charged some of those traps, what they're called, like light quartz, and he went instantly into them. He used the scarf. He was a bit amazed how good the scarf was able to act even as a weapon, not just a defensive thing. But he was a bit too eager from what I could see there. But even Bors liked it, praising him, even saying, "Hey, you're good enough to be the Vanguard. You got powerful, but we're still gonna split the money." Of course, this is actually, I really like Bors. Even Belle knew that Bors was still just trying to use him for his power. But those funny, quirky moments I like quite a lot. Now, they started talking a bit about Ryu, her revenge, the story, trying to remind us a bit what exactly Ryu has been through, the connections of that family with Evilus. They keep mentioning Evilus, so we really just have basic knowledge of Evilus. We don't really know basically nothing about them, let's be honest. Just they're evil, and Evilus is in the name, honestly. Hopefully they're gonna expand a bit more on that, especially with Ryu. I really hope at some point we're gonna get a proper conversation with Ryu after this entire thing is resolved. But I hope Evilus is gonna offer the thing that I want most from the series, so they can focus a bit more on the major plot lines with the gods. Let's get Freya involved, honestly, Hermes a bit more, the other gods, the gods from Evilus, everything that's happening, expanding the world a bit more, getting into the more the bigger picture, if you get my meaning. And I kind of feel like Ryu's revenge story is gonna be that door that opens the world for Danmachi, or the hole. Because speaking about the hole, there's this huge hole they find. At first they assumed it was Ryu, but it doesn't seem like her MO, or at least why would she do that? But before they could fully talk about it, singing starts happening. We knew who exactly it was. Belle instantly rushing over. I was like, yeah, that's definitely Marie. He goes to check. We'll get to that before we talk about Marie. Swaps a bit to the others. You see Lily and Velf being worried about that third guy. It's very suspicious. Insert your Amogus memes. They start talking about him. Apparently came 3 years ago in the village. He's level 2. He has been to the lower levels. but with other adventures, so he basically got a free ride in the way. And we finally see what Belle asked Aisha, or how he convinced her to stay behind, telling her it's somebody to keep an eye on Turk. Now, what I'm thinking, could this Turk guy be more powerful than he has been letting on? Maybe somebody is disguised as him, because there's definitely something happening with him. He was way too eager, even previous episodes, even now he was acting quite shifty. Something is definitely up to me. He might not be involved, but he might know something. At the least, he definitely knows something. And I'm gonna say it again, I feel like every episode I have to say it. I love Aisha so much, and I just want her to join the family. And even here, I was laughing so much. I like her. She was like, hey, we're just standing here wasting time. Let's just go attacking him and see what's happening. Violence is always the answer. I love you, Aisha. I simply love you. When that idea got shut down, just like, okay, no violence, everybody's gonna go against us. I'm just gonna drag him into the cave and fucking answer our refuse. Or shag, whatever the subtitle was. Hey, she knows what she wants and she's willing to do anything for it. I love you, Aisha. One of the best girls in the series, honestly. But yeah, now again, like I said, this third guy being very shifty, he even suggested they go searching for Galewind or Ryu, pushing people to go into the lower dungeon levels, which again made me even more suspicious about him. And you see at the beginning how Cassandra said, yeah, hopefully we're not gonna go into the lower levels, as long as we don't go down there. And what do you think happens? This prophecy, slowly and slowly, we still don't know the full context about the prophecy. Is Ryu the fairy responsible for everything? But yeah, slowly is coming through them going down there. Cassandra being very worried and thinks somebody close to Belle might betray him. Could it be Ryu? I don't know. Maybe we had a traitor all along this entire time. I honestly don't know. This is why this episode is so intriguing, and hopefully this evil thing they keep mentioning is gonna pay off. Now Belle finally finds Marie, and even she was very worried and distraught. Apparently there's something down there that shouldn't be there, and she wasn't feeling all that good. But Belle also asks her about Ryu. At first she hesitated a bit telling him about her, but reluctantly she guides him towards Ryu. Before we get to that, there's definitely something more down there. It reminded me a bit of from the basilisk from Harry Potter. I don't know, these very big red eyes, look like a big snake. At first I thought it was like this spider, but it's more like a snake, so maybe an actual basilisk, who know. But this is where things get a lot more interesting, because Belle finally runs into Ryu over an adventurer or a dude, whatever that guy was, being cut up, again tortured by Ryu. And let's just say she wasn't happy to see Belle there. She was very mad, asking him, why are you here? Why? Every time are you here? I'm paraphrasing a bit also. And telling him very angrily to leave away. She was like a woman on a mission, to say the least, like tunnel vision directly, obsession, not even a mission, more like an obsession for revenge. If you think back how Ryu has always been the calm one, everything we have seen about her, sure, she has had a dark past, but we finally see here how serious can she get about revenge, and even how disgusted she was about the adventures she was torturing, saying scum like him deserve to become monster food. So yeah, she has still has a lot of hate, but it's also at the same time is very understandable with what happened with her family, everything she has been through, everything she has done also. But this also doesn't help her reputation, and everybody instantly putting the blame on her. Although the evidence always points to her, at least so far, there's discrepancies. Something more is definitely happening there. Sure, she's out for revenge, and she has done more than questionable things, but I can't place my finger what exactly is happening there more. Now, on the other side, we have Aisha and the others going after Turk. Again, him being even more suspicious. He was very frustrated that they're being followed. Cassandra again worried about the prophecy. Should she have told Belle about it? And the connection to Ryu. Somebody's gonna betray him. We don't really know. But Ryu, after that, stops back. Ryu runs away there, leaving Belle with that bloody guy. He was very traumatized a bit, to say, I don't know, very shaken up, not traumatized, by what he witnessed, seeing Ryu. He was actually shaking, trying to take care of that dude, but he snaps out of it and carries him over, leaving Marie behind, not to put her in danger, which I still have quite a lot of questions about Marie, especially her ability to heal others. At first I thought she was gonna use her ability to heal that guy, and things are gonna get even more complicated from there if more people find out about her powers and they're gonna want to go after her. I'm really curious what's her role going to be with everything that's going on. Does she also have a connection to Ryu, because she kind of recognized her when she guided Belle to her. So many questions surrounding both Ryu and Marie. Now things got more complicated, because why not? This dungeon seems to have everything. You see adventurers all over the place, wounded, walls broken down. Everybody started blaming Ryu. Of course, it's always Ryu at this point. But in this case, there might be a reason here, because you see one guy with a missing arm and cut ear. He was traumatized, screaming, terrorized. Gelwind, it was her. She did this, some magic, and then I was blinded. But Bors comes to the rescue, bringing us some context, which I liked quite a lot. Again, I hope we're gonna see more of Bors. I like him. Saying that guy is Jura Halmar. He's a wanted man, part of the Rudra familia, from Evilus. Connection to why Ryu is trying to get her revenge again. He was part of that entire situation. She even knows him. Apparently he was the only survivor. So again, the plot thickens. How did he survive? Again, what is going on with this evil thing? They keep mentioning it. He went into hiding. Apparently he was a good boy from that moment on, which I don't really see him being as a good boy, to say the least. I don't have that much faith in second chances after everything they have done to Ryu, and who knows what other shitty things they have done besides what they did to Ryu. But before we can get some answers out of him, Ryu shows up. She easily takes care of all of the adventurers, charging through the cannon fodder quite easily. But what I liked the most about that encounter was that look that she gave to Bors, that intimidation look, made him hesitate for a second, both because of the intimidation and him realizing or remembering that maybe Ryu was also part of that Goliath fight back in the past, which I think might be in her favor, because Bors might start to question everything that's happening, might have a bit more open mind, seeing that Ryu was part of that fight, helping them back in the past there. So hopefully Bors is gonna intervene a bit at some point in time during this entire revenge story. But she easily passes through those adventurers. She goes past Belle, who was still in shock. He didn't really know what to do, how to act, how to react. On one side, every evidence was pointing to Ryu. Everything he was also seeing, not just what everybody else was saying. Ryu was proving those accusations pretty being true. And he goes past him. Now, he finally snaps out of it again and goes after her. But this is where things get again interesting, because there's this explosion happening and suddenly he's face to face with Jura. And Ryu was again very frustrated that Belle was there. Why are you always getting involved? And that's a very good question, because every time since the beginning of the series, Belle has always been getting involved in everything and anything in other people's business, making it his own, saving people, going against everybody, stopping them, and so on. And in this case, he's finally gotten to Ryu. It's her time to face the Belle, so to say. And she wasn't having any of it, even saying, "You're in my way." And we finally get a bit of answers as to how Jura survived. Apparently she got a bit too high and mighty, so to say, too prideful. Got in her head, and she thought she killed him, and saying that's the only mistake. I didn't make sure you were dead, Jura, but I'm here to finish the job. And even pointing her blade at Belle, and I won't hesitate to cut even you down. And that's where the episode ends. So it left off on a huge cliffhanger. Now, I don't know if Ryu is actually gonna be able to go through with that threat. I don't think she's gonna go through with it, actually cutting Belle, because I think she has gotten more than attached to Belle after everything they've been through, after everything she saw about Belle. Hopefully we're gonna get some answers, and what exactly is happening. How did she suddenly, after all this time, she discovered that Jura was alive? What exactly is that snake monster happening? Is somebody manipulating everything behind the scenes? I feel like with each episode I have more and more questions, but definitely this season has been much better than previous season. Don't get me wrong, I liked the previous season, but this one feels a bit more serious compared to previous one, but at the same time previous one also gave us Aisha, so I can't complain. But yeah, I'm very excited about the next episode. Like I said, so many questions. Ryu is also one of my favorite girls. If I had to pick, have to be Aisha, Ryu, and I don't know, the third one is kind of hard, but definitely these two are my favorites, Ryu and Aisha. But yeah, I can't wait for next episode, see what's happening. Hopefully we're gonna get some answers. I'm curious what you guys thought about the episode. Do you think Ryu is gonna go through with it? What exactly more is happening in this dungeon? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Danmachi. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.